I'm here.
Hey folks, welcome
Thanks,
back.
Kevin.
This is Myth the Wind Age. We're on session 6, I think. Um, we begin this week's adventure with an old-fashioned animated cutscene in the fashion of the games. So you imagine, hand-drawn, 80s cartoon, um, you know, fantasy action. We see a small creek in the Badlands, night blue waters glinting in the hazy moonlight. Campfire burns at the center of our view, illuminating the muddy berm on the far side of the creek and casting a ruddy glow on the weathered stones of an ancient footbridge near the top of the frame. Beyond the fire, a canvas-covered wagon is parked in the shadows beneath the bridge. An eclectic group of wiry, hard-faced laborers sit around the fire, drinking from crude wooden flasks, each with a rusty axe or short sword at his side. A skinnier man stands upright by the fire, struggling to don a rusty suit of half-plate armor. He's got the cuirass on backwards somehow and is missing one of the gauntlets, and he grimaces as he scrapes something dark and sticky out of the helmet before trying it on. "This thing stinks," the skinny man complains. "How long was it buried, do you reckon?" the biggest one asks. "And how long was that guy wearing it, right?" says the smallest one. "Just help me get it on," the skinny man whines. "That's the one we dragged out of the swamp," says the scrawny woman at the center. "It still has some leeches in it." The skinny man screeches and hops around, trying to yank off the armor, while the others roar with laughter. Their laughter cuts short when another man, dressed all in green and brown, sprints into view at the foot of the bridge above them. The scout kicks up a cloud of dust as he skids down the slope behind them and lands awkwardly beside the fire. "Put it out," the scout hisses at them. "Put the fire out. There are goals nearby. And be quiet. I can hear you all from half a mile off." The ragtag group scrambles to douse the fire, kicking the ashes into the creek and slipping quietly beneath the bridge. The skinny guy spots a stray shoulder pad from the plate armor and rushes out to grab it. He fumbles with it in the moonlight as the others hiss at him and beckon frantically for him to come back. Just as he ducks back onto the bridge, we see a ghoul's ugly, orange-skinned head rise over the top of the bridge. The ghoul peers suspiciously at the muddy berm below. The group huddles in silence while the ghoul casts about him, until a second ghoul behind him grunts and barks, and the two of them turn and lope away. For a few tense seconds, the scene is motionless and silent, save for the faint burble of the creek. A long shadow slowly appears in the foreground, resolving itself into the silhouette of a cloaked figure standing just off screen. "It's her," the big one whispers. A short, stocky woman in a heavy cloak picks her way carefully down to their campsite, approaching the covered wagon. Her face is shadowed within the hood of her cloak. "Show me what you have," the cloaked woman commands. "Right here, your ladyship," whispers the skinny one. He draws back the canvas covering on the wagon bed, exposing a crate full of tall clay urns. He opens the lid on one of the urns and holds it up for inspection. The woman dips a thick finger into the urn. When she draws her hand back, her fingertip is coated in a fine, sticky, gray-white powder. She sniffs at it briefly, then brushes and flicks it off of her finger with distaste. "Good," the cloaked woman says. She takes a small pouch from her belt. We hear the clink of coin as she tosses the pouch over to the skinny man. "You may go," the woman orders. The scout peeks carefully up above the level of the bridge. With the coast clear, the group slowly climbs and steals up out of sight, leaving the woman with the wagon. A few moments after the band is gone, the woman raises her hand beside her and gestures sharply. 6 more shadows appear. 6 ghouls clamber down the slope beside her with their long ape-like arms and hastily bow low at her feet. "Bring the wagon," the cloaked woman commands. The ghouls hurriedly gather on the wagon, grunting and growling as the wagon lurches out into the moonlight. That is the end of our cutscene.
Awesome.
Thank you. When the Devil Slayer and his company exit the tomb of Mazarin, the old forest is silent all around. Barest hints of moonlight filter down through the thick canopy of overhanging blackness. A raven cries somewhere in the distance. Who's scouting? It looks like we don't have Rufus right now, so who's gonna be our scout for this journey back? I'm assuming you guys are heading back to Landkerfan, yes?
Because
Yeah.
okay, we're going back to Lankerfan because we just got the stuff.
The total codex. Yep.
Yep.
So who's going to scout?
Would that be?
That would be wisdom.
Oh yeah, that would be me.
Okay, go for it.
So just do a wisdom.
Yep. Okay. So you scout ahead as the party. There's no ghosts or anything following you out of the tomb. Everything seems clear. When you get out of that dead area of the forest, you notice that things are still quiet. You start to pick your way carefully northward towards the outskirts of Forest Heart, and
too quiet.
Yeah, you come upon a sort of a deer track through the forest that has bodies scattered in it. It's towards it's toward the very edge of the forest. You can start to see like sunlight filtering in, and you kind of look down in this little very shallow ravine, and you see that there is a rotted corpse with its head staved in, lying flat, at the bottom of the ravine, and there are a couple other corpses scattered near, almost like men in formation. What do you
do? Discern realities?
Yeah, go for it.
But I think I can do that. Can I do that? I feel like I have the fire way to do it. No, you know what? Discern realities. I'll just do it the normal way. This is wisdom?
Yep.
Well, here we go. All right.
Okay, so you creep up and you study the scene. What questions do you want to ask me?
What happened here recently?
Okay, so you survey the scene. This was a band of thrall, 9 of them, marched into the forest from the north. They were ambushed by your forest giant friends. It looks like they smashed. They basically smashed their way through them, kicked them apart, and left the bodies lying scattered around.
Nice.
What should I be on the lookout for?
Looking northward.
Oh, ask only one. Take +1 forward.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, no, ask only one. Oh, I'm sorry. I did that wrong. I didn't get
You're right. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, okay. So you get +1 forward on your next roll if it's related to the thrall corpse scene.
Right on.
What do you guys do?
Well, if my forest friends were just like, this ain't good, I am basically saying, okay, they're dead. My forest friends didn't like them. Peace.
Okay. So you move onward. You move carefully. When you get to the edge of the forest, there's kind of an area where there's like a lot of low bush cover, where you can easily get out there and conceal yourselves and look out, into the Badlands, where the forest starts to transition. In there's sort of like a hilly area where the moisture coming off of the coast, doesn't pass, and you can kind of skirt that area and look out into the terrain beyond. Hold on 1 second.
1. Oh wait.
Giving me a brain fart.
Oh, trust me,
I
I had to say that earlier today that I had to shut down some of the tabs in my brain.
You're was up Veranza. You see, looking north out of the forest, you see that on the Helm Road, which is the road that goes back to Lankerfan, nearest to where you guys are, there is a unit of thrall, another 9 of them, standing in a square formation, just over the hill as you're peeking over there. And there is a soulless standing behind them. And there is another creature that is like it from afar. It looks like a person, but there's something that's not quite right about it. It seems like a little like the face is like distorted, almost like it's melted, but you can't make out too much detail from this distance. And they're wearing the person is naked from the waist up and is wearing this kind of like simple skirt around their lower body.
And they're sneaking up on.
They seem to be just standing there in the road, looking. Well, yeah, the thrall are just standing there in formation, doing what thrall do, which is they kind of they stand almost still as statues, but not quite. They kind of shift around and groan a little bit and shuffle, and not particularly stealthy or stoic. But they're not doing anything. They don't have any orders right now. They're just standing there. But the soulless are kind of casting around them, scanning. Make me a defy danger dexterity if you want to avoid their notice.
Defy danger dexterity, you said?
Yeah. And Drum, if you like, I'll let you give your +1 to Veranza.
Done.
All right, cool. Okay, so yeah, so Dram, you warn her that hey, there's going to be more enemies because you guys saw all these bodies. And so Veranza, would you sneak up, stumble, hesitate, or flinch? GM will offer you a worst outcome, a hard bargain, or ugly choice.
But I got a +1 because I didn't put the +1.
Right. Yeah. Unfortunately, it still only puts you at a 9, which doesn't upgrade your success level.
It doesn't. Okay.
No.
I didn't know that. Sorry.
Okay. That's okay.
That's why I was like, I didn't do what I was supposed to.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Thanks for reminding me. But so here's the deal. So you are at the edge of the forest. You're kind of on this hillside. You're in the undergrowth. You see that there is a pair of ghouls coming from the west. They're kind of like traveling around the outskirts of Forest Heart, and they're heading directly towards you. You can successfully hide from them, but you'll be stuck in place for a while, and you won't have time to warn the rest of the party. Or you can make a break for it, get back to the rest of the party, and be seen. What do you do?
I am going to actually stay put because my team knows that if I do not move or if I do not come back to them, that they have to wait for me.
Okay. How long do they normally? Well, actually, let me ask this to Dram and Jack. How long do you guys wait for Veranza to return?
Oh shit! He's in trouble. When I take off.
I'm right after him because we don't. There's impulse issues. We're both fire users.
All right.
That I'm dealing with idiots.
Hang on. I use lore flame. I spin a fire and I stare into it, looking for answers. Where is she?
You're starting a fire.
So he's making fire with his spell. Okay. Whatever.
So Veranza, you're out there on the hillside. You see them immediately. You see the ghouls. This light, blooms on the hillside, and the ghouls immediately turn and they start barking at each other. What do you do?
Not moving.
Okay.
At this point, because if the idiots want to be idioting, then that's fine.
All right, Dram, you stare at the source of fire, looking for answers. GM will tell you something new and interesting about the current situation. We'll give you a good detail. Okay, so I'm gonna say, when you stare into the flame, are you looking for something? Are you asking for something specific, or is it more of a general read of the situation?
Where's Veranza? I'm trying to find her.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you see through the flames, her hiding place, and you can see the ghouls creeping up on her. And you can see them as soon as the firelight, as soon as the firelight appears, it draws their attention. They don't turn towards her, however. Veranza, you see them take off, heading towards the party of Thrall and Solus and the other guy that are in the road. What do you do?
Can I make a break for it now, or?
Yes, you give me another Defy Danger dex since as they're moving away to avoid being. Well, actually, I'm going to say it's kind of irrelevant because they've spotted your party. So you scrambled on the hillside. The ghouls don't see you. You get back to them. What do you tell them?
Bunch of fucking morons. Do you guys not know that if I'm hiding, you're supposed to not come find me because there's danger?
Oh, we didn't come find you.
No, but you guys lit a fire at the edge of the forest, and they saw that.
Yeah, but we didn't come find her.
I was ready to. I was just waiting for you.
Sigh and just like what else should I have? I should have not thought anything else.
The flame has denied me.
Oh, hang on. Can I do this? Can I give him that? I don't know.
Can you give him a? You're giving a. You can do that move if you want to give him your.
I get you.
I'm gonna save you. What's
I'm trying to earn XP real quick here. Look at this XP we've been started.
Okay, so Jack, you conjure a weapon. I'm gonna say that it's you're having you successfully conjure it. You get you get 3 uses. But you're having trouble controlling it. It has the dangerous tag and the volatile tag, and you can choose. It just means that you're gonna if you fail a roll while wielding it, something bad's gonna happen.
Awesome.
Yeah. So,
nice. So the guys are just going to sit there, and
that's even better.
That I tried to do, basically, they're like, "Yeah, no, thanks, bye."
I'm staring at this thing.
Okay,
this is awesome.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say you get the +1 damage as your tag. So you summon this thing.
All right, cool.
Can I give his burning brand the killing fire?
I'm gonna say yeah. So you can enhance it. And
I smash it like a pancake. I get close to the fire and I smash it into a blade.
Nice.
What do you add to it? What do you add to it?
This should be interesting.
Which one of those would you like? You already have messy right now, right? He gave you 3 things.
He has a +1 damage and dangerous and volatile tags.
Touch dangerous. Let's give him reach.
It comes with danger. All right, reach.
Okay. Awesome. So you got what is your reach weapon? Is it just a long fiery whip or is it something chain? Right. Okay.
Chain. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So you
normally always choose reach because that's my chain.
Okay. You see the 2 goals that you guys saw earlier. You guys in the vision and Veranza in person. You see them crest the top of the hill and they're looking down at you. I'm going to say it's about 80 yards. And they're just standing there. One of them, they kind of hunch over looking at you, and one of them licks his long curved blade. And they kind of they're licking their chops watching you guys.
You brought this upon yourselves.
Hey guys, look at that.
I'm not scared of any goals. Get out of here.
Let's go up and get them. Where are they?
They're at the top of the hill north of the forest.
All right, we head that way.
Okay. So you guys, what's your marching order going up the hill?
Because I'm not supposed to be there.
Okay, so Veranza, you're not going up the hill?
I'm gonna sit back and kind of assess to see what happens.
Okay, that's fair. All right, so you stay at the outskirts of the forest, and what about the other 2 guys? I guess Jack is taking the lead. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right behind.
Okay. So you guys head up the hill. Are you charging? Are you walking up to talk to them? What? I'm assuming you're charging them.
You
talk to ghouls.
My burning brand too.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and summon your burning brand. Okay, and choose your and choose your tag.
+1.
Okay, yeah. So you guys, with your twin burning brands, go charging up the hill. Dram a moment behind.
I also have a chain, and I also add the killing fire to it, which isn't really a roll, I don't think, even though there's a roll attached to it.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. What tag are you adding?
I'm gonna also add reach.
Okay.
So we're pair chain width.
So you turn as you guys get about
my hair back and forth. My hair back and forth.
So you guys get about halfway up the hill, and the ghouls both turn and they run away down the opposite side of the hill.
Oh, perfect.
You gonna chase them?
I love going downhill.
No, I don't want to chase them.
Okay.
They might go get help, but we won't be here.
Oh, that's so smart. They'll bring more of them back. That's awesome.
Yeah, but we won't be here.
That's kind of a bummer. I kick a stone.
We're not gonna wait for them. I mean, we can just keep moving. We scared them off. It worked.
You see the heads of 3 thrall start to crest over the hilltop as they lumber slowly towards you.
Aren't the thrall the ones that I'm friends
we can,
with?
Veranza, you said you're going to sit back and assess the situation. You want to roll a discern realities?
Is the thralls the ones that I talked to earlier?
The thrall are the mindless zombies. They're
so these are the
foot soldiers in plate armor.
So what are the ones that the tree guys that
the forest giants?
Okay, so that's not them.
Yeah, no, this is not them.
Okay. So what I will do, you said discern realities?
Yep.
Fuck you.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead and ask your
question is what's about to happen.
Okay, so obviously the thrall are coming over the hill attacking you guys. You do you maneuver anyway to kind of get a better view, or are you staying put in the forest? I'll give you different information accordingly.
I am going to I'm going to go right to the outskirts so that I can see a little bit better, but not completely give myself up.
Okay, so you kind of range along the outskirts of the forest. You move just a little bit away from the party so you can kind of see around this hill that's immediately in front of you guys.
Right.
And you see that humanoid creature is advancing up the hill, flanked by the 2 ghouls, and also by the 2 soulless that are with the band. Actually, I would say he's flanked by 1 ghoul. The other ghoul is running away, heading off to the west. So you see him like receding into the distance. You know, he's probably like 80 yards away right now, getting rapidly vanishing. They're very, very fast runners. You see the other ghoul standing next to this creature, and you have a little bit closer look at it now because it's following the thrall up the hillside. And it looks like, let me get see if I have a picture here. What? It looks like that.
Parkour! Narga's parkouring.
Do you guys see the handout?
Yes.
Okay, that's fetch. So yes. You see this creature? It's called a fetch. It's sort of like the skin is like, it sort of looks like it's got the horns and it's got like the spines on its back, and it sort of looks like it has human skin, but the skin is all like wrinkled and messed up, and you can actually see like places where there's like you know how like the undead they sometimes are like stitched together from parts. You can see places where the skin is like stitched like that kind of. So it's obviously not, you know, living.
This is exactly what we wanted.
Yeah, so Jack and Drem, what are you guys doing now that the thrall are over the hill?
Oh, well, I go wipe out the thrall.
Okay. Go ahead and both. So fighting thrall is more of a chore than it is like a regular hack and slash. You're gonna both roll. Deal your damage.
Would be until I've got messy, volatile
Well, that's true. Actually, you have reach, so I'm gonna let you guys each deal your damage once for free.
Can I roll hack and slash for it?
Well, yeah, you can if you want.
Just roll damage. Okay.
Yeah, you can. You can just roll straight up damage. I'm gonna say if you want to.
Zuko style?
What's that?
Well,
Can I use Zuko style or just
You can, yeah.
random fly? Okay, cool.
So, do I get my other 2 questions?
Yeah, you can. Just let me resolve like one round of combat for them, and then we'll come back.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I was just like, did I miss something? And
Okay.
we
No,
know how
you're
my
good.
brain works.
Thank you for reminding me. Okay, so you guys, so Jack, you, let me see how many hit points they have. I forgot.
oh, I got +1 from something damage, and I know.
Right.
Got,
Okay.
No, don't let go.
You know what, Jack? In your case, I actually do have to have you roll because of the volatile tag.
I know. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, you're right. So go ahead and roll a hack and slash. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
You're golden.
That activates.
Do you want?
Second here. Hold on.
Nice. Okay. So you instantly spear one of them with this elongated, volatile, kind of twisting chain of flame. It doesn't quite behave like a chain normally does because of the magic isn't working quite right, but the flame just kind of like flickers around and hits creatures that it comes within reach of. So you flick it at the first thrall.
Stone.
And yeah, and it just incinerates it almost instantly, like its whole upper body is just torched. And you immediately run in and go for a second one. Yeah, so I guess deal your damage again, and then roll a Defy Danger con.
You're conning us, man.
Okay, so you hack the
It rolls again because I rolled low.
Okay.
That is Resurgent Flames.
Right. Okay. Okay. So you actually killed a second of the 9 thrall.
And what type of Constitution dex?
Yes.
Which one?
Constitution. Okay. So you successfully, the thrall's whole thing is like they just wear you out with the weight of numbers. So the Constitution roll is like, how tired do you get fighting them? Is it gonna slow you down rather than are they gonna, what's the odds they're gonna hit you back so much?
I believe the term is I can do this all day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you can do this all day. So go ahead and give me your damage third time.
Because somebody comes huffing up behind me and like goes, oh wait, there's more.
Yeah.
Down the hill.
So give me a third instance of your damage. You're cutting your way through these mooks.
All right, damage.
Okay, you kill the third one. Dram, you also kill one immediately with your actually, what are you were rolling Zuko style, right? What are you doing with the Zuko style?
Yeah, I'm using the chain to launch flames out of it and hit him with that.
Okay, so deal your damage, and then
I rolled a 3 earlier.
Okay, all right, and I'm gonna say that hits 1d3 of them. So roll a d3.
Oh, cool. D3.
All I keep thinking about and what I'm going to continue to say is every time you say Zuko style, I'm just going to go, oh, Oppa Zunga style.
Yeah, you guys are dancing as you're fighting the thrall.
All I'm doing.
Okay, so Dram, you guys, the first 2, so they come in 3 lines of 3. There's 9 of them in this pack. You guys have already cut down the first 2 lines. The third line marches into reach of you guys. Veranza, did you want to ask your discern realities? So let me. I'm gonna say in continuation of my answer to your first question, which is what's about to happen. You see that the goal meets up with another goal that kind of appears out of the edge of the forest, and they bark at each other, and then the other goal goes off to get reinforcements, and the first goal starts loping back towards the battle.
Okay.
I'm gonna say you see that he's got a rock in his hand, like a big heavy fist, I don't know, 3 fist size stone.
Okay, so I got my next.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
don't know if this would be a question through this or if this is just a question in general, so you can kind of let me know.
Okay.
But do I know how far away some of the tree guardians are?
I'm gonna say, yeah, since you roll well, I'm gonna say you can hear them off in the forest smashing another group of thrall. You figure they're probably about a quarter mile away, though.
Quarter a mile away. All right.
Okay, and as you're watching the battle start to unfold here, you see that the fetch floats up to the hilltop along with the two Solus. The Solus both raise their spears to throw. The fetch clasps its hands together in front of its body, and arcs of electricity begin to form in the palms of its hands. What do you do?
All right, I am going an A. All right. Shapeshifter. I got 2 holds. I'm gonna go and flash the one that is about to throw the rock.
Okay. Yeah, you can get on him. I'm gonna say he's close enough to the forest. You can reach him in a couple, seconds. So you come running at him. He's obviously very startled to see you. Go ahead and roll me, or I guess, spend a hold to spend a hold to deal your damage. I wonder if I should make it a roll anyway. I should probably make it a roll anyway. I think. I don't know.
Okay. You want me to do hack and slash?
Yeah, do hack and slash. I'll give you +1 for your shapeshift. Nice. Okay, so yeah, so you deal your damage. You can slash him and deal your class damage. 5. Okay. All right. So let's see. The goal is the gold knuckle dragger is badly wounded. Where did you hit him with your claws?
I got him right in his right in between his shoulder blades so that he will drop whatever he is carrying.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, he kind of sprawls and rolls on the ground. He drops the rock, and there's blood gushing out of a wound on the kind of just slightly off of his spine. And he kind of is struggling to drag himself up. Jack, you're closest to the closest to the front of the battle. You see that the Solus are lifting their spears, and you also see the glow from this other creepy guy. What do you do? 2 of them, their spears come hurtling towards you.
I am going to. Which one is it? I gotta remember what myself.
I'm going to say they're about 30 meters away, just for reference.
All right, so they're close. I mean, they're near, but not far.
I would say 30 meters is pretty far. It's like 100 feet.
So they have far reach weapons.
Yes.
Javelins are far.
Yep.
Okay, didn't know what they were. All right, so they're too far to reach. So what I'm going to
near would be like a pole arm.
I'm going to do right there. This is what I'm doing. I'm going. Hey, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
You draw their attention to you, ignoring whoever had his attention previously, as long as you're only attacking him. Okay, so you're taunting the fetch. So he unleashes a bolt of lightning at you. You can make a defy danger dexterity.
10 plus.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, so you leap to the side as a bolt of lightning arcs across the field and smashes into the ground.
In front of me. No,
no, actually, yeah, I'm gonna say it does fry a thrall in front of you because the fetch doesn't care.
doesn't care. They're just
Yeah, he's just the thrall kind of explodes into like burnt parts that kind of scatter across the field on your left as you like dive for cover out of the way. One of
he sees me put a finger up in the air and go, burn.
All right,
Oh
so
my
as you're
goodness.
diving for cover, Dram, what do you do? The thrall, one of the remaining two thrall have both lifted their axes to swing at you.
I get down into a deep sumo squat.
Sumo squat.
Yeah, I get down
I
into a
think you made this
deep
character
sumo
on purpose.
squat.
Okay.
And then I start spinning my hands in a circle. And I start like sparks start to appear, and I kind of make this fireball kind of circulate, and then I spin it over my head and I throw it at him.
Nice. Okay.
I'm using volley.
All right, go for it. Yeah, sounds good.
Zuko volley.
You can use whatever attribute you use for Zuko style.
Scoop of Kingdom style.
Gotcha.
Do.
That works. And I launch a fireball at the fetch.
Holy crap.
Nice. Okay. So you got an 11. So you have a clear shot, so you just deal your damage.
Beep.
Okay. Yeah, so
Fireball gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and when it reaches him, it's tiny.
yeah. I'm trying to think of a good in world explanation. So you throw a fireball at him, you know your stuff. Like it's not gonna. I'm gonna say the goal actually takes the hit for the thrall. For the fetch. It interposes itself, and gets it gets like it kind of blocks part of the blast with its blade, but it gets like its arm gets burnt and it kind of screeches in pain. Veranza, the goal that you hit is struggling to its feet. It's kind of rolling over. It's sort of like not moving normally. Like it's kind of dragging itself along the ground, like trying to get away from you, while also brandishing its sword in your direction. What do you do?
I'm gonna attack again, and then I'm gonna do my last hold for the shapeshifter.
Okay, go ahead and roll your attack.
3.
Okay, yeah, you finish it off. Describe how you do it.
All right, as he's walking away and dragging himself away from me, pointing his sword at me, I look at him and I say, "I am no man," and I stab him and I like scratch him across his throat, and it just goes.
You notice as you get in close, you cut his throat. You notice that he's wearing like a leather sack around his neck, and it's bulging. It's got some stuff in it. Do you want to look at it real quick?
I would like that, please.
Okay, you grab the sack. We'll give you the contents of it later, unless you want to stop now and rummage through it.
Hell no.
Okay, just remind me about the goal sack. Okay, yeah.
I've got the sack. I've got his sack.
Yeah, if you got the sack.
His balls. I mean his.
Bros, you can keep it.
I mean, it sounded like a ball sack, but it's fine.
Yeah, so you kill that guy. Dram, you see the. Actually, I'm gonna give it to Jack first. Jack, so you blast out of the way of lightning. Your ears are kind of ringing because the blast was so close to you. You're a little disoriented, even though you successfully dodged all of the damage. You kind of pick yourself up, and you see that the fetch is already charging another blast, and 2 more spears are already headed your way. What do you do?
I'm gonna intercept the spears with my chain and race towards the guy with the lightning.
Okay, so I'll call it Defy Danger Strength for the spears first.
All right. Strength. All right. Well, it's not very good, but here we go. Well, at least it was
okay.
Take some damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that the spears don't really, like, you deflect them enough that the spears don't really damage you, but you get nicked by one of them, and you get that sharp, like, excruciating poison that they hit you with that immediately starts to slow you down. Let's see. You get a wisdom save to avoid the weak and shaky condition.
Ooh.
Okay, so you have the conditions weak and shaky. As the poison starts to immediately flood through your veins. Dram, you see Jack, like he looks like he dodges the blow, but then he kind of cries out involuntarily and he kind of slows down a little bit. What do you do? The fetch is still charging its bolt.
Let's suck out the poison. No,
Okay.
no, I don't know that I can do that. I
You
burn
want
out the
to.
poison.
You
There
want
you go.
to
Go
suck
for
out
it.
the
Do it.
poison. Ooh, baby.
I trust you.
Okay. I'm going to say, yeah, it's Zuko Styles Wisdom anyway, right? So yeah, go ahead and roll that.
All right.
Oh, go style. Do.
Okay. I'm going to say you're going to have to deal your damage to Jack in order to do it. Do you want to deal your damage?
Yep.
Do it.
Okay, do it.
It'll come. Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
shit. Ow. I'm at 13.
All right, so Jack, he blasts you with the flame and it scours the poison off your body and you feel the...
I'd rather take damage than weak and shaky.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, so you get blasted, but you get you feel the fire flowing into your arm and like burning away the poison, and your arm ends up like scorched and black, and that's definitely going to leave a scar.
Stick
But
scars.
you have two more spears heading at you again. What do you do?
All right. I'm going for the guy because I came forward to it.
Okay.
So
Yep.
now I'm going into I'm using.
So give me first a Defy Danger Dex to get to him before he gets off the lightning bolt, because he got slowed down a little bit. Okay, you're good. You're fast. And then do your hack and slash, I guess.
I think it is. Yeah, hack and slash. All right.
Okay. So deal your damage to the enemy. The enemy makes an attack against you. Interesting. So I'm gonna say, go ahead and deal your damage. So you hit him. You clearly wound him. You kind of just like burn across his midsection.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9 damage. What?
Yeah. Okay. So first I rolled below 3.
Okay.
That is the resurgent flames. 1 to 3 on your damage. If you suck on your damage die, you get to roll again.
Damn. Okay.
Okay. So then I rolled a 3.
So that's 4.
I don't know if that counts. Wait, so whenever you roll a natural 1 to 3 on your damage die, you roll additional damage die. I don't know if it's okay. So that might be able to add again. We just double check.
So you deal your damage, which was 1, and then you add another damage, which was 3.
3, and then I get a D6 because of I challenged him. Hey, I'm talking to you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
So here's the last damage die.
Nice. Okay. So then.
Oh, does this mean it's like is this like the most broken power ever?
So, yeah, a little bit. So that's
there we go. All right. Apparently, there's just like this massive explosion. It's messy, and
okay. So I'm gonna.
It's forceful, and it's like what was the other one? There was like some other
volatile, dangerous,
volatile. So there's this massive explosion as he takes 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say the blast hits you. You're gonna take 3 damage from that. And the goal in the moments before he gets disintegrated, the one that was next to the fetch, the goal is also going to strike you with his cleaver. So let me roll his damage.
I Drom weeps and I say, "I'm so proud of you." Put my hand on his shoulder.
Okay, the goal cuts you for 5 damage. I'm gonna say he hits your wounded arm, the burnt one, and he cuts a chunk out of your like the fleshy part of your arm. It hurts a lot. Actually, 5 damage is probably more than a arm flesh wound.
This is not a flesh wound.
I'm gonna say what's your hit?
Actually took actually they all take 2 extra damage when you're outnumbered or unarmed.
Okay.
Survivor. How do I put that in there? That there isn't a thing on it, or do I do this? What do I do for?
That's fine. We'll add it in. So you obliterated the fade in this violent explosion. The goal cuts you just as you're coming in with the blast. And what's your hit points at after the 5 damage?
It's 4 damage.
Not
So
enough.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say he gets you kind of you get like gut shot. So you're like staggered a little bit. As he gets you with a cleaver, cuts a nice like swath across your belly. Right before the blast goes off, and then the blast takes the fetch apart. It takes him apart. And it takes one of the two.
Yeah.
What's that?
I already took that was the 3 damage, right?
Yeah. So 3 damage, and then plus the 5 damage from the goal was what you took. And then, so the blast takes the fetch apart. It takes the goal apart. It takes one of the two soulless apart. The other one, seemingly unperturbed, is gonna throw a spear. I'm gonna say, Jack, you're also knocked to the ground by the blast. And Dram, you see the soulless just continue mechanically on, throwing another javelin at Dram as he's knocked down, stunned. You notice something else also, that when the fetch is blasted, the skin, that like stretched, stitched skin kind of flies apart, and there's nothing underneath. It's just skin, and then there's this kind of white glow, and something like shoots up into the sky and disappears.
All right. Can I use another one of my questions?
Yeah, go for it.
Who's really in control here?
Okay. You figure from the situation and from some of the lore that you guys have figured earlier, this is probably the Watcher's army. You can tell because the Thrall are Balal's children. He's of the various fallen lords. They all use them, but the Watcher uses them the most. And you see, looking out along the road ahead of you guys, there are lots of Thrall stretched out all along the forest. They're kind of very slowly marching towards your guys' location. But they're, kind of scattered in a very wide arc, like over a mile. And so you think by the numbers and the fact that they're waiting in ambush for you, that this is definitely the work of the Watcher.
Okay.
Which is maybe the Watcher supposedly is in the north fighting with the Legion. So I don't know how you feel about that.
Right. If the Watcher's supposed to be there, then why is he here? Kind of thing.
Yeah. In fact, actually, I'm going to say that you start, once you have this realization and you look for him, you can see him. He's standing on some kind of a low stone structure along the road. There's sort of like a ruined village on the Helm Road, near the lake here. And you kind of look down at the structure in the distance, and you can see his distinctive silhouette standing up on top of that structure, watching the battle.
Okay. So my last question.
Yep.
Would be,
I think there was 3 actually, wasn't it? It was who's in control here, what's about to happen, and then you asked me. I thought you asked me something else.
I'm sorry, I didn't get a response from you if the asking about the tree people was considered to be one of the
I did count it. I counted that as what here is useful or valuable to me.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, so that's your 3.
Okay. So basically at this point, we've got to figure why is he here when he's not supposed to be here. I kind of how far away am I from the guys?
From the your allies?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's probably no more than 20 yards.
All right. I am going to do I want to do it that way? Yeah. I'm going to go up to that, like I'm going to, because there's nobody else around me, right? I took out the
right.
one that kind of was near me.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go up to them and be like, there's no end to this. I kind of explained to them, I'm like, there's no end to this, and the guy that's supposed to be fighting up north is fighting us.
So as you're saying this, you see that they're finishing up the fight. Dram, you've got this last Solus throwing at Jack. What are you gonna do?
Should we run for it?
I don't know because
Well, you might want to stop Jack from getting hit first.
yeah,
Oh,
Jack. Like I don't want Jack to die.
can I aid or interfere?
Yes, you can stand a defense of him if that's what you want to do. Or you want to aid him? You want to like help him up so he can get out of the way?
Oh, defend. Defend is good. No, defend
Yeah.
is good.
Okay. Go for a defend. Okay. So pick one hold. So Jack's gonna get hit by the spear because he's knocked down. He's stunned. You can spend your hold to do something with the attack. What do you want to do?
I
Do
want to deal damage.
something.
I want to deal damage to the attacker at my level, which is 6.
Okay. So you
6.
So you reflexively blast the Solus in answer to its spear, and it disintegrates in a puff of purple smoke. The spear hits Jack, though. Jack, you're going to take damage.
So you are.
You take 4 damage, and you're going to need another Wisdom save against the poison.
Are you trying to kill him?
Not particularly.
I'm not.
Okay,
I wasn't talking to you. I was
Oh,
talking
okay.
to Ed.
Okay.
Wow, I didn't realize my
All right.
zero
So
wisdom
you
save
resisted the
was,
poison. So Jack is badly wounded. He's got a barbed javelin embedded in his. What part of your body is it embedded in?
it was my right shoulder.
Okay, you got a barbed poison javelin embedded in your right shoulder. However, your body, having already had the poison burned out once, manages to keep it burned away again, and the flame sort of scalds the poison off of the javelin. I'm going to say, but you still got this thing stuck in your body, and you're wounded. You're going to have a little trouble moving because you've taken so much damage. And Veranza, you know that there are more Thrall and more Solus and more Fetch coming. What do you guys do?
We need to get out of here, and I'm gonna say, with the knowledge of where I know that the 3 people are, I would like to retreat to where they are.
Okay. Let's say I'm gonna have well, I would say Jack, you can are you gonna walk unaided or are you gonna let one of them help you or what?
Oh, walk unaided.
Okay, so give me a Defy Danger Con.
Just heaven forbid that he takes.
Okay, yeah, so
No, I like do it proudly.
yeah, he toughs it out somehow, even though he's bleeding profusely all over.
I just
Uh,
I like shake my head and go.
Yeah, someone's gonna need to look at that sooner rather than later. But you guys make it back into the trees. You head towards the forest giants. Me.
I just continually shake my head at him because like I don't understand
Okay.
the level of ah.
You see a larch covet of the West Grove growing in a 38 winter. Thunder into a group of a 9 thrall, just like the one you guys fought. They're all kind of in this close, tight square formation, and he just barrels into the middle of them and kicks into them with his foot and sends 2 of them flying and hits one of them with his fist and sends it flying the other way. And grabs a 4th one and picks it up and starts crushing it, and the thralls start hacking at him with their axes. His skin's pretty tough, he's like made of wood, but they're doing some damage to him. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna go to their aid and be like there and kind of give them the rundown of what's happening.
Okay, so summon the burning brand. So you're Veranza, I'm gonna say you're kind of leading the group here because you're headed what are you doing to aid them? Or to aid Large Covet?
So how many thrall are with them right now?
So he's killed 3. He's in the process of killing a 4th, so there's 5 that are attacking him. They're kind of like in a semicircle around him, pressing against him, hitting him.
Did I shapeshift again?
You only used 1 hold. I think you still have a hold.
I still have a hold? Okay. Well, since I shapeshifted, I'm going to go with the one that looks the most damaged, and I'm going to swipe at them.
Okay, go for it. Yeah, they're not even focused on you, so I won't make you roll. You deal your damage. You smash one of the thrall with your powerful claws. Jack, you come running in with the burning brand. What do? You want him hack and slash?
Yeah, hack and slash.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right. Which tag did you choose for it, by the way?
Plus 1 damage, and I don't have access to his. So what's the other one? And thrown near.
Oh.
Okay. So are you yeah, so are you hitting it with it in melee, or are you throwing it now?
I'm throwing it.
Okay, so you hurl flames at one of them, deal your damage. Bronza, you maintain your form.
Yes, that's what I did.
That
I did
is
my shapeshift again.
6 damage.
Okay. So you go charging in, you smash another thrall. Dram, what are you doing? I think your audio cut out there.
Yeah. Hello? Oh, he's doing Zuko style.
Yeah, I'm doing Zuko style. I think I'm on now. Yeah, I'm doing Zuko style. I'm just blasting one of the thrall.
Okay. Go ahead and deal your damage. Okay, so you kill another thrall, and then the forest giant, I'm going to say, immediately just lashes out with his, having crushed the thrall and dropped it that he was holding, he lashes out and smashes the remaining 2. So you guys are left with another pile of bodies, much like the one you found earlier, although some of them have been badly burnt. You guys close with Large Covet, and he rumbles his thanks in the language of the forest giants to you, Veranza.
Thank you. I will explain to them what I saw with the crazy people.
Okay.
Like I see it, like I want to advise him of like what I saw, like, hey, just as a heads up, the guy that there's a baddie that's out there controlling this, and they are in like a line to like murder us for like a good mile.
Okay.
Yeah.
He says, "Well, we can't offer you much protection once you leave this forest. Any creature that enters here we will quickly smash."
Is there, do you know of any way that we can, because we need to figure out where we need to get to.
He rumbles in thought and strokes his long, bushy beard. And he says, "You may be able to make for 7 gates and get through the mountains. I do not think the Watcher would expect such a thing, although he is quite cunning, so it's hard to be certain." He says, "There is also a place that you might hide out in the Badlands until they pass." And he says there is a hermit who lives in the Badlands. I can show you the way if you would like.
I let the guys know what they're telling me because they probably don't understand what is being said. And I basically say we have basically two options: find this hermit in the Badlands while they pass, or we can go a really, really bad way and hope to the gods that we are not stopped.
Yeah, so Seven Gates would be if you guys wanted to go through the mountains and head to the Silver Mines, which is like a dwarven city, you guys could go that way. And then there was no obvious like thrall defense of that pass, so
Let's go to the Badlands.
okay.
All right, can you take us to the hermit, please?
So he won't take you because he doesn't want to leave the forest, but he'll give you directions. So he says, take the road east, and turn south, and he kind of describes a particular like set of hills to you. It says turn, south and then look amidst these hills.
Can I also I have an animal brethren that knows the way, and they can show us the way as well, because I have
Sure. What kind of animal do you want to negotiate with an animal to
no, I have spirit tongue.
Oh, the spirits, yeah, okay.
And then born of the earth, or burn of the soil, because I can especially with the Badlands, because mine is the depths of the earth.
Okay.
Is my born of the the depths of the earth.
What does that do? Can you spit it out in the chat? Or just read it if you don't have it.
There I got it.
Okay, so you're born in the soil of the depths of the earth. Okay. So your spirits are strong. So you have earth spirits living within you. Interesting. And you're tuned to. So yeah, I'm gonna say you can conjure an earth spirit if you would like, and it will take the form of a vulture drake, which is a local fauna that will fly out and guide you guys.
Sweet.
So you what is the name of this earth spirit? Let's give it a name.
Toothless.
Okay. Okay, so Toothless will, take wing and lead you guys out into the desert east away from where you want to go, but also away from the Watcher's army, which is guarding the road to Lankerfan. You guys head, south at the indicated point, and you almost don't see it, but the directions that Larch Covet gave were quite precise. And so you come upon this area where there's like hilled, almost like dunes, sort of like slightly rocky dunes with like a mix of rock and sandy soil. And you come up to this like large, what looks like a hill from a distance, but when you come right up to it, you can see that there's actually like a ring of hills, and then there's like a little small valley, probably no more than a couple 100 feet across, that is surrounded, like in the midst of these hills. And you sort of crest the ridge of the nearest hill, and you look down into this little like oasis in the Badlands, and there's all kinds of like there's obviously a spring here. There's a little creek that winds its way into the Badlands, although it gets much smaller pretty quickly as the arid climate sort of absorbs a lot of the moisture. But you see that there's this little valley basically that has like foliage and desert plants and stuff like that, and there is a structure there, which is like a little sandstone tower, but it's only I would say tower, but it's only like a story and a half tall.
Sorry, things were getting weird.
What's that?
Oh, I was having issues with Discord in my stream. It was doubling up for some reason. So the directions that you guys gave, that the guy gave, were like ridiculously good.
Yeah. Because this place is like, it's very hidden. It's hard to get. It's hard to recognize.
So, basically, good job, dude, for getting us here. And
So I'm gonna say it's about a half-day hike out into the Badlands.
okay.
And then you get to this oasis, and there's this structure there. What do you guys do?
Um,
I'm really I'm flagging at this point, even though I've been putting up.
Oh yeah, right. Give me
yeah.
another.
400 points out of 22. So
Yeah, you know what? Give me another Defy Danger con.
And then I don't think I have anything that can heal them.
oh, actually, I'm pretty good.
Okay, so you, yeah. So with a 9, you're maintaining consciousness, but your movement, this long hike has reopened some of the wounds that have started to clot. So particularly the barb that's in your shoulder is bleeding again.
I don't think that
Take
I
1 point of
have
damage.
things. I wish I could give you some of my bark skin or something like that to make it easier.
What's Mandrake Root for?
You guys have Mandrake Root?
I have one. I don't know what it does.
Yeah.
I have an antitoxin.
Yeah, so Mandrake Root is a healing item. You can use that. Give me 1 second.
I don't know if you're still poisoned.
Currently, I don't have any of those.
We
I
each
resist.
have one. We each have one, so I can give him mine too if he needs it.
Okay, it counts as a poultice and herb. So you heal 7 damage by consuming the root, and it will close your ongoing damage.
So, all right, Dram, push the spear through, and then I eat it same time.
Okay, yes, you take the Mandrake root, and there's this kind of like, I'm going to say the Hearth Guard showed you guys when they gave you the root. There's this kind of almost like little ceremony that you do. You kind of crush the root in your hand, and then you chant like this kind of wordless, like humming incantation, and then the blue glow of healing kind of flows over your body. It's almost like a magic spell. Sorry, with coughing.
Fires are blue. I wonder if it's related. It did. So, Dram, you do the honors of taking the spear out of me. I've been walking for like half the day with a spear sticking out of my shoulder. Like it's nothing,
And then
Yeah,
there's
I
me
take it
that
out.
I'm kind of like watching this going like, you brought this upon your fucking selves. Like
Oh yeah, we already heard. I told you so.
yeah, you have the
I
I
take the
told you
spear.
so coming out from me. Like
Yeah, for like the 30th time. So yeah, I
Mhm.
pulled the spear out.
Okay. Give me a wisdom roll for that.
Just a straight roll? Oh.
With your you can defy danger wisdom is what it is.
Oh, cool. Oh. Yeesh. Well,
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna say, Jack, you're gonna take 1 more point of damage after the 7 that you got healed, as he pulls the spear through and removes it from your body. And you're gonna have another big scar there. And your arm is gonna be kind of out of commission for a while. What's it?
9 point damage, and it's done more effects to me than anything else. I'm like, we obviously are missing a fucking bard.
yeah.
Yeah, you guys could well, when you guys get back to Mankrafan, you can inquire after healing items perhaps.
Or we can figure out where the fuck our bard is.
There's that. Yeah, so you are stable now. you are
Physically, not mentally.
right, of course, yeah. But you guys kind of come down out of this. The Watcher has these wide ranging goal patrols that you guys see around the area as you guys are traveling. It's about a half day hike from the forest, and a couple times you have to take cover as you're making your way over. What's that?
You go 24 hours, or what are we doing? I mean, do we sleep? Do we have a? I'm just checking. I mean, we've been going for about 36 hours as a party.
Yeah, you guys probably want to rest.
How dare we decide that we are never going to do anything?
I mean, you're perfectly fine just walking along with me while I'm half dead.
Yep.
I assume you're superior and you can accomplish all these missions by yourself. So
Yep.
I wish you well
Yeah.
and take a nap.
All right, so you
Well,
guys.
if you would have listened to me in the first place and not decided
Couldn't,
to
you
go
were way the
after
hell over
them,
there, and there was monsters.
All right, all
well,
right.
you shouldn't have decided to go attack the monsters without me saying, "Hey, it's okay."
You can go 6 blocks away and whisper to me. I'll hear you and I'll respond.
Okay, so you guys make camp. Everybody except for the druid consume a ration.
Yes, I do not need to consume.
Do you guys want to set watches?
Sure.
Okay. So I'm gonna say
I will take. I'll let them relax and sleep, and I'll take what's his name's watch as well.
okay. So you're just gonna stay up while they rest.
Yeah, because I don't need to do anything. I don't need to sleep or eat. So.
So you have enough. You guys have. If you have enough XP, you can level up now. Does anybody have enough XP to level up?
No, because I did all of my.
That was last time.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. And then you guys heal a number of hit points equal to your level.
Actually, what's my starting hit points supposed to be? I don't know. But I'm a level 4 with 10 XP.
I'm gonna say at some point. So the sun goes down at some point in the early evening. You see a figure come emerge from the tower. Baranza. He is a tall, thin man, but he kind of looms because he has this very large, like elaborate clothing. He's wearing this like surprisingly heavy for this climate, like a big coat that's has like feathers all over it. And he
Jesus Christ, Superstar?
Oh, I'm gonna say it's like a mix of feathers and scales. And so he comes out and says, "You all can come in if you'd like."
Do you have a place for our injured?
He says, "Yes, you'll have to. Right, we have not much in the way of accommodations, but I'll do what we can. Do what I can."
Perfect. I wake the two of them up and say, "Let's get out of the elements."
Okay, yeah. So you bring them inside, and this structure, like I said, it's very small. It's kind of just like a kitchen, bathroom, and bedroom, and a little pantry that's kind of dug into the ground for storage. The interior of it is not really much, and then there's like a little space where you can climb and like peek from the top of the building if you want to. But it's a very cramped place. And he says lay him down here, and he actually like has Jack lie on his kitchen table, and he says he starts taking a look at him, and he tuts to himself and is looking at the scar on Jack's. Let's see, you had your arm and your right shoulder, and then did you get hit in the midriff as well? I'm trying to remember.
I'm trying to remember. I had your shoulder, arm got hit twice.
Okay.
And the shoulder.
So I'm gonna say the main thing is the arm. So he's So he starts bandaging your arm. You heal another 4 damage from the bandaging. And he says, what sort of creature did this?
Look at dwarf. Or are you talking about the shoulder?
Oh, he's talking about your injury.
Well, Dram did 7 points of damage to me, and the other one did less than that. So the spear, I guess, did a net. What was it? 5, 4, 6, 7, something like that damage.
So I kind of look at the hermit and kind of go, a little bit of friendly fire and a little bit of a drow or whatever it was we fought.
The fetch.
The fetch.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
He says, yes, I've seen many of those creatures on the road, but the wounds they inflict are not quite like this. He smiles and he says, you ought to be a little more careful with fighting close to your friends, although we're not unused to that in these parts. He says, you're only a few days journey from Myrgard. The city's under siege right now, so you won't be able to get in.
Where's Myrgard again?
It is on the southeast. You guys are on the map, right?
Yes.
I have no idea where it says. You are here in Langerton.
Oh yeah. Let me move that. You guys are here.
Oh, okay. There we go. All right.
Yes, you guys are right. Go basically on the doorstep of Myrgard. You guys are down in the mountains, so you can see the mountains. Up to the east of you guys. You can't really see Myrgard because it's mostly underground. There's like an outside part, but it's not like super visible from a distance. You do see though, if you clamber up to the well, he invites you. He says, he turns to you, Veranza, and you, Dram, and he says, "Come with me. Take a look, and I'll show you what I could see from here, at least." And he leads you up to the roof. You guys, I'm assuming, follow him. Yeah.
Oh, I do.
Okay, so you gaze out just over the tower is like just high enough so if you stand on it you can see over the hilltops around the little oasis. You see off in the distance there are these like probably campfires, like probably hundreds of them, scattered, in the foothills of the mountains to the east.
Does this literally look like what it looked like in the Lord of the Rings?
Like with Helm's Deep? Yeah, kind of. Yeah. It's pretty similar, yeah. They don't have they don't have the wooden siege weapons like the orcs did. They're just kind of camped out there, keeping anyone from entering or leaving. And he says the goals are laying siege at the behest of one of the fallen, I assume.
We actually think that it's who did we see that was on the
Watcher.
Yeah, the Watcher decided that he wanted to play this game, and he's not up north. He's here.
He says, even if the goals were sent by the Watcher, it doesn't seem that this army is intending to make the army of undead is intending to make siege to Myrgard. Did you all do something to attract the Watcher's notice?
I stare at the boys. You're gonna have to ask them that question.
So he takes you guys down from the roof, and he says to the three of you guys, he says, "What have you all done to attract the Watcher's notice?"
Well, if we tell you, we'll put you in harm's way.
He frowns, but he says, "I understand."
Jack says, "Well, I said, hey, I'm talking to you," and rolled really high.
No, it was because we have the total codex, right?
Yeah, it's because
it's the total codex is what you guys know. Yeah.
Yeah.
and because we're
No, that
considered
little squabble was like, the real problem is that we have this powerful artifact and we're attracting
well,
attention.
the little squabble that's happening is because we have said artifact.
Yeah, exactly. I said the same thing.
It's not a little squabble.
Rannoch crosses to the other side of the living room, and he also
Right.
he has a pet vulture drake, and he's standing there feeding it, and kind of cooing to it and stroking its frills as he's talking to you guys. And he says, well, whatever it is, you're welcome to stay here for a few days, but please don't bring the Watcher down on my head. That would be a great loss.
We'll leave after the night, after we get some rest.
We
will not put you in further danger.
He says, I'll hold you to that. He says there's an abandoned town north here along the road that you might be able to take shelter in if you're traveling north. It's east of Skolamance, just off the road. There used to be an old road many years ago that went there, but the things have all changed since then. The town that was there is only an empty shell now, but it might be a good place for you to hide. And he gives you directions, basically due north from where you guys are now, and a little bit to the west because you're skirting around the mountains, because it's kind of close to Thar Lake.
Thank you. And once our friend is survivable, we will be out of your hair.
Says my thanks. In exchange for my hospitality, I would ask that once you are safely away from this place, send word to me of your travels and your doings. You are unique individuals, and I would like to chronicle your encounters or your adventures, whatever they may be. Please, please record your doings and send them to me.
We will do so.
He says, I am Brannick.
And
who might you be?
And I do my whole
I'm Jack, the
Haka.
Demon Slayer.
The Demon Slayer. Interesting. He says there are some prophecies regarding the Demon Slayer. He says, come with me, and he heads down into the cellar. And the cellar, it turns out, is a library. He has, you come down and there's this like smell of old paper and glue and a little bit of dust. And he takes you through this very narrow, like little maze of shelves. It's like the shelves are so close together that you can like hardly fit between them. You kind of have to like turn aside a little bit and kind of shuffle along. But there's quite a lot of books packed down into this small storage space, and some of them look very, very old. And he says, it is said, he pulls out a particular manuscript. It's more like a scroll than a book, but it's like a kind of like a very faded vellum document that is like it looks like a court recording, like the kind that they take in the court in Lankerfan. He shows you and he says, it is said that the you can't read the language at all. It's just chicken scratch on the scroll. But he says, it is said that the Devil Slayer will deliver us once more into the light. But then he, of course, will turn to the dark, like all of the fallen lords before him.
So basically,
Yeah, one job gets boring.
It basically
He laughs.
seems like it's a hey, we're the good guys that become the bad guys.
Oh yes, he says yes. That is the cycle. Every 1,000 years, the spirit known as the Leveler returns to visit the world again, and his coming brings the rise of the undead.
So has there been any knowledge of a a demon hunter not turning after?
He says there's no record of such a thing.
Is there any records that tell us why they turned?
We also don't know that.
Yeah.
What is it? He kind of says like thoughtfully, like, what does it mean to create a fallen lord, to become a fallen lord?
Right.
Who or what decides which heroes of the last age should become the foes of the next?
That's what I would like to know.
I certainly would too. If you find out, you must promise to tell me.
Yeah. What happens if I do become the fallen lord?
Well then, please forget where I live, although I will probably be long gone by then. I prefer if you did not destroy the library.
Fine. So we learned now that the codex is kind of telling the prophecy of how it really is instead of how the prophecy is told to the
Yeah.
masses.
Yeah, exactly. So the
Yeah.
prophecies that he has are quite vague. They're like visions received by the Avatar. He tells you, this is a vision, a court recording of a vision that was received by one of the Avatara in the court of Lankerfan 1,000 years ago, during the Age of Reason. And he says, the document has been copied a few times. There may have been changes over the years, but the visions are never quite specific.
So, was the last Avatar a waterbender or from the air?
That's different.
Sorry.
Hang on, so
Giant bird appears. Be quiet in the library.
Be quiet in the library.
Different library. Yeah.
Yep, different hidden library in the desert.
I mean, you're the one that put the hidden library in the desert and didn't expect me to do Avatar: The Last Airbender.
That's true. I set myself up for this. I mean, we have Zuko style in the game already.
We have Zuko style that is also Gangnam style. Thank you very much.
True.
There's a lot of libraries in the desert.
I don't know. That sounds more like Jack style, Gangnam style.
Yeah.
Oh, but Jekka style.
He says,
Because I'm a punk.
he says, you are welcome to avail yourselves of this library if there's anything I can help you find for the day or two that you're staying here. I will do my best.
Jack requests some children books.
He does not have any of those, sadly. Actually, I'm going to say he has some really old ones.
Yeah, I was going to say
I'm going to read those.
something.
Okay.
Jack has trouble reading.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to ask to see if they have anything about the tree folk.
Okay, yeah, they have some. There's not too many writings about the forest giants, but they have been encountered before. He says so much knowledge was lost during the Wind Age,
Okay.
which is the current age age that is about to end, the last 1,000 years. He says so much knowledge was lost at the outset of the Wind Age when the cities of the Caithbruig Empire burned. And were destroyed by the Myrkridia and the Fallen. And he says, but there are some records of the forest giants.
Hmm.
We see.
Would I guess the question would be is because the knowledge that I have, it comes from my teachers.
Yep.
Right? And since I am one of the earth, I may have knowledge that they don't have, and they may have knowledge that I don't have.
Okay. Yeah. So you confer with those. So actually, you learn. That's right. You studied with the forest giants, right? Or in their
Correct.
vicinity.
Well, that was the very first thing that we learn as becoming a druid.
Right.
Is
Okay.
the languages and all, and then I got yelled at for wanting to do a haka because apparently a haka is a war thing. I said in my world the haka is not.
Right. Yeah. So in the region known as the Dire Marsh was the original home of the forest giants. And they were actually driven out of that land by the Trow, who clear cut the forests, made war with the forest giants, and used the trees to feed their great forges. They fought the Trow, but the poisoned iron weapons of the Trow destroyed their homeland and drove them away to the south to this forest where they now reside. They the librarian tells you that it is said that it is said by the forest giants, according to this treatise here that he's looking at, that the forest giants have never forgiven the Trow for how they poisoned the soul of iron. Those are their exact words, as near as I can translate. And he shows you the original in their language, which is essentially the same.
Mm-hmm. So basically, they were fine until other people decided to say, "Go fuck yourself and get out of here."
Yeah. So the Trow are another race of giants from the north, from the the steppes, the vicinity of Rhiannon and the Blind Steppes.
Mm-hmm. Up there. So
Yep.
that's where they used to live,
Right.
but
And
now they're down here because of.
no, so the Trow are here now. Last report, they had just crossed the river, the Gyol River here, coming south from Avernus.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that okay, so I guess I'm confused and I heard something wrong then.
So there's two races of giants, the Trow and the forest giants.
All
The
right.
Trow are the guys from the northeast corner of the map here. They came in and wiped out the forest giants when the forest giants were living in what's now the Dire Marsh. And then the forest giants moved south to Forest Heart.
Okay. So they're basically like nemenes.
Yes. Yeah, so they're mortal enemies of the Trow. And he says, if you would oh, well, never mind. We'll cover that later. I was thinking I was thinking for a minute that I was speaking as a forest giant, but the forest giants aren't in the current scene, so at some point they'll ask a favor of you.
What favor?
Well, you'll find out. I spoke out of turn. Sorry about that. Yeah, so you guys stay here for the couple days. You observe, you watch the Watcher's army. You know, the Thrall are tireless. They kind of just stay there and stand and wait. But the Ghouls eventually, kind of leave their companies and head down to join the siege at Mirgard. And you guys see, looking once day is up, once the sun is up, you can see, looking to the east into the mountains, that there is a great stone idol that all the Ghoul gather around and worship some dark god during the day. That they perform this great ritual outside the gates of Mirgard, probably cursing it and cursing those within.
Mm-hmm.
And the librarian Brannock tells you they call it the Godhead.
Sorry.
All right, so that's so you guys eventually when the
If we stay for a couple days, we recover all of our hit points, right?
yeah, you guys can come back to full hit points.
I
Awesome.
don't remember what full hit points is anymore, so.
I think it's your equal to your Constitution score, if I'm not mistaken.
And then it's plus you get a bonus based on your class.
Okay.
Say whatever your druid is. Let's see if I
Right,
got
it's
druid.
my Constitution, which is 12, and then whatever my class thing is. So I will check on it later. I think it's 16. So
Okay. All right. So eventually, you guys head northward. Or well, I'm assuming you're still heading for Lancrepin, yeah.
yeah, we're going to that the dead city.
Oh yeah, to the nameless abandoned town. So you guys travel. It takes about a day for you guys to get there. Once the goal patrols are gone, it's pretty easy to avoid the other undead because they're slow and obvious. So you guys stealthily wind your way through the little gullies and ravines and dunes of the Badlands. And you come into this abandoned town. There is this, what once might have been a busy, market district or something. There's not much left. All the wood is rotted away. All the, a lot of, you could see like sort of debris where there used to be buildings in a lot of places. But as you come upon this place, there's this one stone building that stands out. So then it's a big, imposing tavern with a facade of strange reddish marble. The doors and windows are all rotted out, though. And there's a yard full of slowly rotting debris that might have been a stable or a storage shed. There's a mural on the side of the building, on the side of the tavern, depicting a colorful royal procession, but it's so sun-bleached and faded and blasted by the wind and ravages of time that the figures in the picture are unrecognizable. There's a couple of other sandstone buildings there around an empty town square.
I want to go look for the for a building that is showing the least amount of decay.
Okay, yeah, so the tavern is the most intact building.
Okay, so I want to go in there and I want to be able to set up camp there.
Okay. You go in there, you quickly scout out the interior. Anything that might have been useful here once no longer remains. There's no food stores or anything like that. There's definitely places where such things would have been in the previous age, back when this place was built during the Age of Reason. But none of that is really left. Things don't decay quickly out here, so there are still traces of like spoiled food and things like that. There's insects in there. There's smells. But you can, if you go upstairs to one of the bedrooms, you can kind of separate yourself out away from that and find a comfortable place to sleep.
What we'll do is we'll take Mr. Devil Slayer up there, get him to the room that is furthest away from the smells, and then I will go into said like the back and see if there's anything that's salvageable.
Okay.
As I clean up, because I'm like sitting here going like, I can't deal with it. Can't deal with it.
I'm gonna say, give me 1 second. Let's see.
Does Braddock let me take an alphabet book for children?
he'll actually make a copy for you while you're staying there, so you don't have to take the original.
All right.
He's going to charge you 100 coin. Actually, 100 coin's probably a lot. Let's say 10
I have
coin.
no idea how many coin I have. In fact, I don't think I have a coin written on my sheet.
Do you guys not?
I don't think so. I don't remember having like that being a thing.
He says, "Well, I'll take something and
We haven't received coins since like the first adventure, and it was forgotten and never brought up again.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What have you guys got to barter?
We received coin from any monster we ever fight, and
Yeah, I mean, the thrall usually don't carry change. But you guys have received some coin. I think you've been paid it for the Myrkridia ears, I know at least.
Right.
That you killed in the first session.
that's what I mean. We were paid in the first session and then never brought it again.
Yeah, I think you guys got like 40 coin from that or something.
I think we use that to buy rations and stuff.
Oh, okay. So what do you he'll take something in barter if you want to offer him something.
Well, it's either rations, the mandrake drink, and the Medal of Honor. That's my only equipment.
I have antitoxins that I can give.
Okay. So he'll happily, when you mention the Medal of Honor, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll take that if you like. Are you sure you're willing to part with it?"
Yes. No. Because this is a thirst for recognition, so he can't give that up.
Okay.
So he'll just sadly look at the 100 gold piece children's book from 1,000 years ago and trundle away.
So he says he'll settle for an antitoxin.
Okay, so I give him.
But he was really interested in the medal because it's historical.
At this point, he's just trying to get rid of it because he doesn't want too crappy children's book.
Yeah, so in exchange for the antitoxin, he scribes a copy for you.
Thank you. I got you your children's book. Are you happy?
He laughs and giggles. Yep.
I'll have to figure out. I'll give you some details about the children's book, what it contains next session. Should be something interesting. All right.
What I would want to do is I want to make sure that he's okay. And since I don't eat anything or need sleep, like I'm literally prepping for what we need to do next, but I want to make sure that this town is a good town for us to come back to.
Okay.
So like in the tavern when they like are doing everything, like when they're settling in is like I'm in the back, I'm cleaning it out, I'm using my druid powers.
So this is from Brannock, right?
What?
Brannock is the
Brannock is the hermit.
Brannock is it. But what I'm doing is like I am Cinderellaing the shit out of this right now, since that I can spirit tongue with all of the animals that are around here.
Okay.
And basically be like, let's make this look pretty.
Oh, so you're gonna fix up the tavern and make it nice?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I can't eat, I can't drink, I can't do anything like sleep. I've got Sicky McSickerson up there trying, and I have like Mr. Slithers and Mr. Eight Legs totally need a new job. And they can help me.
All right. Yeah, they will absolutely help you. In fact, I'm gonna say as you're going through like cleaning things out, getting rid of the spoiled food and so forth, you find that there is a cupboard in the kitchen that contains a pile of debris that used to be a wooden chest. And inside the wooden chest, you find there are stacks of coin of a make that you have never seen, but they're worth about 500 gold. 500 coin.
Yoink.
Oh, wow.
You guys lucked out on that roll.
Yeah. So I got 500 coin. And one less antitoxin. I'll take that. Got it.
Yep.
Okay, and then that'll probably take me the first day. And we need 2 days for him, but we also don't know what the the things are doing, the fetches and
Yes.
the trowel or anything. We need to like he said to
This
like
is us in Rearguard, right?
we're off in we're in an abandoned town up a little bit from Mirgard.
Yeah, so you guys are up near Thar Lake right now. So you're actually
Yeah.
not too far away from your stomping grounds.
Right. We're here because we had seen the quarter to half mile of coming at us from Forest Heart because they were trying to murder the tree giants, and they're trying to find us because we have the codex. But we don't know where they are going just yet. That's why we're hiding in this town.
We can ask the Codex.
Do you want to ask the Codex?
I don't like you do. I feel like that using the codex makes it like a fucking radio beacon. And they could be like the Eye of Sauron.
Is
Like,
that right?
So you as a magic user, Dram, you know that the Codex doesn't have any particular link to undead magic. You can tell that from the knowledge that you gained from working with Mazarin.
so basically, if we use the codex, the Watcher's not going to be like, beacon, 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 come at me,
Mm,
come at me.
no, the Watcher would very much like to have that power, but he does not.
But how did he find us this time?
That's a very
How
good
did he know?
question.
That is a good question. Kitty.
Yeah, I put a little town on the map where the abandoned town is. The town doesn't have a name, or the name is long forgotten.
Yeah.
Okay, so you fix up the tavern, you find the coin. Eventually, I'm assuming you guys are going to set out back to Lankerfan since the undead are still.
We want to get there to advise them, like, hey, bitches, we got what you expected.
Okay. Yeah, so we're going to do the Perilous Journey move. Undertake a perilous journey. You designate a quartermaster, a trailblazer, and a scout. Who wants to do what role? They're all wisdom rolls.
I'll be the scout.
They're all wisdom.
They're all wisdom.
All right,
Yep.
I'm going to do. What was it?
Yeah, I think you
Quartermaster,
would be the best
trailblazer,
with
and
quartermaster.
I'm scout.
Okay. So we got a 6 for scouting. We'll handle that in a minute. Let's
Where's
do the
Perilous
rolls for
Journey?
the trailblazer and quartermaster.
oh, I like trailblazer.
Okay.
I guess I'll
Let the
be the
girl who
quartermaster.
doesn't eat food be the quartermaster. All right.
Yeah, the person that
What do I
doesn't
do
eat
with trailblazer?
anything.
What do I do? How does he get that role there to do happen like that?
Yeah.
I assume he programmed that into his sheet manually, but you can just do Defy Danger Wisdom.
Okay, thank you.
Nice XP there, Drom.
Yeah. Okay, so we got a 9 for the which one was
Quartermaster.
quartermaster? Okay, so 7 to 9, you get the normal number of rations. So everybody except for V. I'm going to say this is a 2-day trip, so I mark 2 rations each.
I will give away my rations.
Okay. So everybody mark off 2
Down to
rations.
3.
Okay.
We haven't been able to resupply anywhere. And apparently,
you guys
nobody
are
out here eats anything.
Yeah, I mean you guys are journeying back to the city, so you'll be able to resupply at the end of this trip. And then we need one for the trailblazer.
I did as an 8.
Oh, okay. All right. So you take the expected amount of time, which was the 2 days. And so so you guys are gonna have to make camp once, basically. You avoid the road, and you find a place where you settle down in the night. It looks like at one point in time it was like an old caravan ground, like a place where a caravan would stop for the night on the road on the Helm Road as they were traveling down to Mirgard or to Skolobance. You guys are actually not far outside of Skolomance. You stop for the night, and there's like a fire pit there. There's like a sort of a comfortable, relatively flat campsite. It's not really built up, like it's not a structure or anything, but it's just there's kind of like a little stand of trees, and there's like a clearing big enough for you guys to hang there. And there's like big boulders so you can take shelter from the wind. So it's kind of like an ideal campsite. You guys settle down there. And who's on first watch?
I'm on all watches since I don't sleep.
Okay, right. So, Veranza is the party's... what's that?
Well, I'll do second watch. I'll be up.
Okay. So, as the sun is going down in the east, you can see that as it gets low on the horizon, there is a dark cloud. What's that?
The sun sets in these?
No, you're right. Sorry. I am just confused.
I'm like,
no.
Listen, that could have been the fucking world lore, and I just kind of went, well, I'm a human, and no.
Yeah, no, you're right. No, it doesn't work that way. I'm just being scatterbrained. So you guys, as the sun's rays, cast down from the west, you can see illuminated on the eastern horizon with the oncoming of night, there is this dark black cloud that is just, kind of, it's like a blotch on the horizon. You see, it's coming from the northeast. There's just like it's like a weird unnatural weather system. Just this kind of black fog that hangs in the air.
Like the black fog that comes in, but one of the Greek gods is behind it in a chariot,
something. Yeah, it's something along those of that ilk.
Okay.
As you watch over the course of the night, over several hours, it seems to it seems to draw closer, though it's still very far away.
Okay, well, we're going to pretend that it doesn't exist.
Okay.
For right now.
All right, so you guys strike camp in the morning. You make your way back to Landkerfan. You don't encounter too many monsters on this stretch of the road right outside the city. When you get into the city, when you get into the city, you're again, summoned to the court of Landkerfan. Assuming you guys answer the summons, we will hop there.
Yep.
Okay. Putting you guys on this map. This is mainly so I can remember the names of the NPCs. So let's see. Actually, which is the crow word that? Okay, 1 second. Okay, so Crowlord Elwyn is actually not there. So you have two of the Crow Lords in attendance. Actually, I would say Kaylin's not there either. So you just have Crow Lord Yaldred in attendance.
Okay.
And then Lady Drakarn is not there.
Is Lady Lyria Drakam Pro Lord there?
Lady Lyria Drakarn is not there, no. So you have Lady Veilthorn, the Majoran, the High Warlock, the Chamberlain, and the Emperor himself. And the Avatar of Sardanak is there as well. Let me put him.
Okay.
Okay, so he summons you, calls the court to order. Or the Emperor summons you, the Chamberlain calls the court to order. They the first order of business is, of course, the Emperor's leaning forward and says to you guys, "Did you find Mazarin's tomb?"
We did.
Yes.
It says, "Was there anything useful there?"
Yes.
Define useful.
Any kind of artifact, any kind of weapon, any stores of ancient knowledge?
Well, yeah, there is a book.
The books.
Your book.
Majarin says, "Let me see it."
I look at Dram.
I show it to him.
Says he turns it over in his hands, and you look into his eyes as he's doing this, Dram, and you see greed. And he looks at the book like he obviously he recognizes it instantly. And he said he looks studying the markings on the spine and so forth. And he says, "Well done." And he takes the book, and he like sets it underneath his desk. And he says, "We can issue you a sum." He looks over to Emperor Latreme and says, "Shall we say 100 coin a head?" And Emperor Latreme says, "I think that seems fair." He says, "Is it?"
All that coin would only buy you a single children's book.
Everyone in the court stares at you, confused.
Really?
And I
This is what it
or
bought.
an
Look at this.
antitoxin.
It is for antelope. It's good for you and me. It flees along the plains from a elf or a lion.
Take an experience point for that.
Uh,
All right, that's excellent. Well, yeah. So, Majarin says, "This book, contains is a work of magic, and not a mere, not a mere, um, store of information. Have you opened it?" He he looks at you guys.
I stare at
Once. I used it once.
I look at Dram and go, how many times have you opened the book?
It was the one time at the
He says, "What did
Yeah,
you?"
there's this
at the tomb.
ghostly dude, and he was really angry
Yeah.
and mad that we took it.
Majarin raises his eyebrows. You say once. He says, "I see. What did you learn? And what did you learn?"
For fuck.
All heroes turn into the enemies of the next age.
Majarin scoffs, and he says, "Anything else?"
Oh, we'll win, we'll lose, and then everybody dies.
Everybody?
Everybody.
We only opened it up like twice.
Well, they kind of said everybody. And they said they would
There's
die by
always
my
somebody that
hands.
scrapes away.
Oh yeah.
By
but they
who?
would
By
die.
whose hand? Majarin says sharply.
Was it like it depends on who the heroes are. Are we the
Yeah,
heroes?
sometimes it changes. They give you different histories depending on what your thoughts.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out who are considered to be the heroes.
He says, "Well, the Emperor certainly, I would assume. Um, myself, perhaps, I dare say, and perhaps the leader of your band, maybe Captain Damas." He's thinking, one or more of the Crow Lords.
People, one of those people are gonna go from good to bad, and then basically say, "F- you all," and we're all dead.
So, as putting yourself as a good guy, that means you're probably going to kill everyone.
Yeah.
So,
Good
congrats.
job.
Majoran says, I will take some time to study this in detail. And he turns to the Emperor.
Just remember, as long as you study it, it studies you back.
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind.
I mean, look at what it did to Dram.
He's so quiet.
The Emperor says, next order of business, the Legion will be engaging the Fallen Lords. We expect word of their battle any day now. We haven't received a missive from them yet, but we know that they're we're just at about the time when they would have they should have been fought already. So we expect to hear from them within the next few days. And he says there's been actually, I'm going to say that Majoran's apprentice Myrkrid is there as well. Sorry, I forgot to put a token for him. Myrkrid. There we go. There we go. Okay. And Myrkrid says there's still no word from Myrgard about the artifact that I commissioned to fight the Myrkridia.
Oh, also, the guy that you said that is up north, the Watcher is not up north.
Explain, says the Emperor.
He was down south attempting to murder us.
You saw him yourself?
Saw him on top of a building going, "Go, my children! The Eye of Sauron tells you to murder."
Latrim turns, kind of rounds on Majoran and says, how could he have escaped our scouts? What magic is this? And Majoran says, I'm not certain, sire. And he kind of frowns at you guys. And he says, well, if we can verify this report, perhaps we can try to track him again. What about
Well,
they're
fighting my besties.
He says, what about the nameless terror? What is his name?
If he's nameless, he shouldn't have names.
The faceless terror, not the nameless terror.
Listen, you said nameless.
Yeah, you're right. I did. That was my bad. So what about Mogim? He says, was he there as well?
So this is a meta question.
Mogim is this guy.
Oh.
So
I don't remember that guy.
Yeah, you did not see him. You, in fact, have never seen him as far as you saw him standing. Did you see him ever?
No,
I think
you told me that the guy that I saw when I was doing the sweepy, I see them going for a half a mile against everybody, was the Watcher.
that's the Watcher. Yes, yeah. You did not see Mogim.
Okay, so I don't know who Mogin is.
Okay. So I was just thinking if you guys saw him earlier in the campaign, but I can't remember. But you know Mogim is one of the Fallen Lords.
So
He says, should we send them after the army? Do you think? The Emperor is saying to Majoran, and Majoran says, "Sire, I think it might be wise to send them to Myrgard to find out about this other artifact." Myrkrid, what manner of creation was it? Myrkrid said, it's supposed to be something to banish the Myrkridia back to the place from whence they came. That was the ask. And Majoran says, you all may rest the night, take what time you need to prepare. But within a few days' time, I would ask that you all journey to Myrgard. Speak there with the head of the smiths. Let's see. And he says, "Speak with Yardrace, the head of the Smiths, and Hairdrog, the king. I will write you a letter of introduction to take with you. Find out what's happened to our commission."
Understood.
Okay. So you guys
I
know.
then read the introduction when we get it.
Okay. So you guys know actually that you saw that the city was under siege when you were out there.
Oh, did I go? Well, we'll let you know. The commission may be slightly delayed. They're under siege.
By the fallen?
Hey, Russ, is it by the fallen?
As it was by the goals. You're not sure who is in charge of them, although you think it might be the Watcher.
What you just said.
Right.
It's
It's a funny conversation.
bedtime.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. He says,
Sorry,
"Well,
I'm the only one talking.
Majoran says, well, we charge you to travel to Mirgard, render whatever aid you can, slip in past the siege if possible, and retrieve the artifact and return it to us if it's completed. So that will be that is your task that he's assigned you for next time, and he is hanging on
Very
to
good, sire. And I bow to him.
Emperor Latrine says you all are dismissed.
Green. Oh, sorry.
Majoran tucks the total codex once more underneath his little desk that he has in front of his chair.
Okay. And now we go sleepies, and then we hope that Andy shows up next week, and then I will annoy Nick.
Yep. All right. Okay. So let's do the end of session move.
Yeah.
You reach the end of the session. Choose one of your bonds that you feel is resolved. Anybody resolved any of their bonds?
No, he still
I
smells
just
like a
resolved
freaking
mine
prey.
What was
with,
your?
with Jack previously protected Dramstroker because he has the book, but he gave up the book.
Okay. So mark an experience point for that. And then you can write a new bond if you like. Anybody else?
No, I only have one bond.
Okay, what was your bond again?
I was with Dram. He smells more like prey than predator.
Okay. Let
He
me.
still sounds like prey because I had to save his ass again.
Okay, that's fair. Okay.
I think I'm still Rufus's bait, but he
Hey,
hasn't been
let
around
me
for a
call you
while.
back in like
Okay.
2 seconds.
Okay. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yeah, what's his name is greedy.
We learned that we learned that the legend isn't correct.
Okay.
The legend says that the good will take over, but the legend never said that they will turn evil.
Okay. Yep. So everybody mark an experience point for that. Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy?
Yes.
Or that Electro dude, whatever.
The fetch, yeah. Okay. So everybody mark an experience point for that. And did we loot a memorable treasure?
Children's book.
Okay, fair enough. Everybody mark an experience point for that. And did anybody fulfill their requirements for their alignment?
Did I get?
Write that
I think I
down
got
again.
recognized by the Emperor for completing it, right?
Sure, yeah. We'll mark an experience
I
point for
don't
that.
remember what mine is. I keep forgetting to put it like
Did
in the
Dram
thing.
spread some
A
bad?
dangerous new idea. I don't know.
You should have
Maybe
with the
not.
book, actually.
But I didn't really use it this session.
Nope, that's
No,
not
you didn't have to use the book, but when you gave it, you actually spread a danger. It's a really dangerous book.
Okay, that's fair.
I'll take an experience.
Yeah, we'll take it.
for
Yeah,
that.
take an experience point for that.
I will take it for that. And then I failed the roll, so I take one for that.
Yeah. And then V, do you want to look up your alignment
That's
trigger
what
real
I'm
quick?
doing. I gotta put it into my like little thing. So I am a druid.
So chaotic, good or neutral?
Good.
You help something or someone. You help something or someone grow.
I helped you not die.
When did you do that?
I made sure that we got. Oh no! I helped you grow by. I helped you grow
Oh no, you
your
helped me grow by the children's book.
intelligence because I got you the children's book.
The children's book. Yes, you helped me grow.
Okay, that counts. Yeah,
My
so market
IQ
experience
is
point
as
for that.
dumb as a rock.
Okay.
If you haven't figured that out, the lowest stat on my character sheet is intelligence.
Yes.
All right, and then everybody, you guys can level up for next time if you have enough experience to do so.
I think. All right. So what was the last one? I think I got all mine.
It's your level +7, right?
Right.
Yes, I still got another ways to go.
Oh, I do.
Oh, are we able to
I got
buy
14
or get more
experience.
Nice.
mandrakes root?
Yeah, you can get more mandrake root. We'll figure that out next session.
All right. I'll be
Just
looking
remind
for
me
that.
if I forget. I'll write it down though.
And then
Oh,
somebody's
word.
got a bunch of stacks of coins.
Yeah, we'll do that next week.
Well, thank you for
Now,
the
where do I
game.
put coins?
Thank
Is that just like equipment and
you.
stuff?
Yeah, thanks guys. Good game.
Bye.
Yeah, later.
Later. All right, we're going to wrap up the stream there. I want to say thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to follow if you're watching on Twitch, or subscribe. It's free if you're watching on YouTube. Take care and have a good night.